A new poll in Georgia shows Democratic gubernatorial nominee Stacey Abrams neck and neck with incumbent Governor Brian Kemp. The Quinnipiac University poll has Abrams just 2 points behind Governor Kemp. Now, you might recall that Abrams narrowly lost to Kemp in 2018 in that same gubernatorial race. She's never conceded that defeat. Afterwards, she was noticed statewide for boosting voter turnout in the 2020 election in Georgia. For all things Georgia, I want to bring in Tia Mitchell. She's the Washington correspondent for the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Now, we'll get to the Quinnipiac poll and other polls in Georgia on the governor's race in a second, but big picture, remind the audience, Tia, if you'd be so kind, what has changed politically since the last time Abrams and Kemp faced off?
What has changed politically is that neither one of them now is a newcomer. Kemp now has, 3 years of incumbency under his belt. He can run on a record. He can run on what he did during the coronavirus pandemic. He can run on what he has passed with the help of Georgia's Republican-led legislature. Stacey Abrams hasn't been in office, but she also is a known figure. You mentioned that she worked on voting rights. She worked on election reform. She has still continued to build kind of an apparatus around her and quite frankly became a celebrity in her own right, particularly within Democratic circles. And I think that benefits them in certain ways, but also in certain ways, it's hard to kind of create the same messaging, particularly for Stacey Abrams, because she's no longer that kind of, underdog upstart. She's, just as much of a known commodity as Kemp now.
And Tia, on this Quinnipiac poll, it looks to me, I don't want to use outlier because that may be too pejorative, but I've seen lots of other polling data, and I've talked to people down in Georgia who don't see the race or it doesn't feel to them as close as this one survey. What's your take?
Yeah, I will say that the Quinnipiac poll, which is the latest poll, is more favorable to Stacey Abrams than some of the other polling we've seen, including polling conducted by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So there will be other polls coming out soon, including from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So we'll see if the Quinnipiac polling continues to be an outlier or if more polling shows that Stacey Abrams has kind of evened things up, so to speak, with Governor Kemp. That being said, all the polling does still show a close race. It does show Kemp with a bit more of a lead than what this latest poll shows, but it does show a close race, and that's what we expect in Georgia.
And as you mentioned, Tia, after her loss, Abrams vowed to mobilize and continue to mobilize voters throughout Georgia. Republicans noticed that. As I understand, Republicans have mobilized as well. How does the overall turnout modeling look? I know it's going to be a midterm, but does it look like something that will be robust also in this race?
Yeah, we think it'll be robust. Of course, it's not just the governor's race on the ballot. We have a hotly contested Senate race, as you know. And then down the ballot, there are a lot of other statewide offices. So we do expect this to be a robust voting period. The one risk that could negate that is, of course, what's going on in the world, the economy. And also there is a little bit of voter fatigue in Georgia. Georgia, because of its runoff system, does require a lot of voting. And then, of course, Georgia hasn't just had, the 2020 presidential election, but depending on where you live, there may have been local elections and special elections. So it seems that there's kind of this perpetual state of campaigning in elections in Georgia, even more so than some states because of that runoff system.
Tia, you mentioned the Senate race. Incumbent Raphael Warnock has been, it can only be fairly described as something kind of a fundraising juggernaut, huge fundraiser. And how does that stack up against the Republican nominee, Herschel Walker? And where would you say that race is?
So, yeah, Raphael Warnock is the now fundraiser out of federal candidates this cycle. In his campaign account alone, he has $84 million. Now, compared to Herschel Walker has closer to 21 million. That's in their direct campaign accounts. However, there's going to be a lot of outside spending from, political groups aligned with the political parties. And so it won't look as imbalanced as perhaps the numbers show. But yes, Raphael Warnock is a very formidable fundraiser. This is one of the handful of toss-up Senate races. And because the Senate is currently evenly divided, both parties really want to win Georgia in their hopes of retaking control in the Senate and all that comes with that. So this is, in some ways, even more so than the governor's race, the race that everyone is watching, the race that has perhaps the most potential impact. And this is the race that, again, our polling shows could be close. And if neither candidate gets 50%, it'll go to a runoff in December. And it could be the only national race on the ballot in December, which would bring even more attention on this campaign.
If it's possible, even more attention. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution's Tia Mitchell. Thank you.